Always makes you feel so happy when you just ring into a Friday like that. Happy 4th of July weekend, my friends. Scott Chase, Kelly McCoy. I am Dodger. Hey, it's a big weekend.
It is a big weekend.
It is a big weekend. Let me make that a trifecta. Of course, it's beautiful out too. Isn't it gorgeous today? Humidity down. I guess it's gonna inch back up as far as the humidity goes as the weekend progresses. But still, for the 4th of July weekand, not bad.
Couldn't ask for
I
better.
would not trade this one. No, I would not. And Kelly and I were talking just briefly as we were going on here, and I was out at the pool last night, another swimming meet, and like sitting through miserable conditions last night, sprinkled on the entire time, dreary. At least it wasn't lightning. At least there wasn't a delay. But you sit through that at the pool like for 3 hours, and then today it's like this, and you're like, why couldn't it have just been 24 hours earlier when it was this nice?
Yeah, it's nice.
Could have worked on my tan.
Sorry, got something caught in my throat.
Scott, you were out about today. What did you get into this afternoon?
I've been on the radio. I'm on the radio right now this afternoon. So that earlier today, I was over at the Food City and Saudi Daisy, as I was just chatting with Kelly McCoy earlier. I have not been to Saudi Daisy in a little while. I don't know exactly why, but man, I've had so much fun there. I mean, going to there and then up to Mont Lake to play golf. Man, it brings back just a bunch of great memories there, and shooting sporting clays and skeet and trap, and then the Saudi Daisy Christmas parade, which is always big one. But yeah, it was good, man. Q Smoker there, a lot of people hanging out and grabbing some of that certified Angus beef brisket. It was good time there. Got on the radio here. Life is good, man. All good.
It is good, man. You did that Facebook Live where he was slicing up that brisket, and I was actually sitting there watching it, and literally it was like,
it's like candy. I mean, you cook those things right, and they cook them right. They're just like candy. Wow.
You ever notice he goes to these Q Smoker broadcasts and never comes back with anything for anybody else?
Actually, he did today. He did. He brought back some. What was it? Brisket and pork, I think.
It did. Pulled pork and brisket, both. Sure did.
And there was some sauce. What was the name of that sauce?
It's all 41. You know what sauce. They were sampling it out there too. I love when people take a taste of it and enjoy it too. It's it'll be there. They got a Q Smoker at that Saudi Daisy location, and also up on Highway 58 at Harrison. It's always a big weekend. I believe they're Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Certainly in Saudi Daisy. I'm not sure about whether they will be there on Sunday, but they'll be certainly there tomorrow. So yeah, take that.
Yeah, that's the one out there by Harrison Bay, far like out towards the end of Harrison and 58. So if you
it
get
is
that trip out there, one of my favorite stops. They've got the beer garden in the back, and they got one of the beers, tent. It's like, you can go get your beer experts. You get your beer inside, the experts there, and then you step outside the Q Smoker, get your experts out front. So
yeah, you do. And
that sounds like a party weekend right there.
Yeah. More beer consumed in America on 4th of July than any other day all year. I read that stat, I think, somewhere today. How about that? So bottoms up. And make it the Coors Light.
Exactly. Yes. The Coors Light Summer of Fun, having some fun this weekend. We got KZ packs rolling all weekend, correct? So you got a chance to drop 6 in a row of some of your favorite artists throughout the weekend. Also a chance to win
All-American, by the way, All-American bands for the 6-packs. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you will be hearing some of your favorites, and of course, we'll still play those guys from across the pond. But the 6-packs we're treating All-American, and nothing more All-American than baseball. And so we're giving you a chance to score some Braves tickets. Man, I'm telling you what, so many people all on my social feed on Facebook. It's like I can't go a day without somebody posting, "Yep, here we are at the Braves game." It's crazy. But we've got a 4-pack of passes to the Braves game on July the 16th. And I cannot remember who they're playing. But anyway, it doesn't matter because you're at the ballpark. You're going to have, a nice cold beverage. You're going to have a couple of hot dogs. You're going to have some peanuts. And you're going to just sit and enjoy, hopefully, a nice sunny day with low humidity and a chance to watch some baseball. Ain't nothing more American than that.
No, that's a nice way to do it. No, that's one of those things. I think we've all waited for things to get back to normal, get a chance to do things. We talk about concerts a lot, but I know for a lot of us, baseball games are just it's the way you spend summer. You just go to the ballpark, you sit down the third base, first base line, whichever is your preference. Grab a bag of peanuts, sit there and just enjoy the ball game, enjoy a cold beer. and
Yeah.
have some fun.
And get this part sunburned like crazy. Because you normally have your sunglasses on, sometimes, or a hat or something, but it always seems this part of the nose always it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be Rudolph for the next few days.
I always get the top of my thighs. Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
not to give you the visual, but it's like you get the top of your thighs that are just like pink from like your knee up to your shorts line. It's just like, what'd you go do this weekend? I sat for a long time in the sun.
Yeah, it's kind of like the farmer's tan, that or that arm,
Yeah.
the trucker tan. You got one arm that's tan and the other one's just pasty white.
Should be the sports tan. Which got me thinking, and you referred to the people across the pond. Those are referred to this weekend as the losers, by the way.
Oh, okay.
They did not win back in 1776. So we are the winners, champions. And so got me thinking, though, if we're putting together a 6-pack of American bands, and I'm putting you on the spot with this because I don't even know my 6 right now because I just kind of came up with this as we were talking. If you had to do your top 6 American bands, could you name your top 6 American bands?
I think I can. Okay.
I know it's going to start with 2.
Aerosmith is there for sure.
Yep.
Van Halen would have to be there for me for sure. Leonard Skinner there for me for sure. There's 3. It's halfway there now. Help me out from there.
For me, I got to include Tom Petty.
No. Yes.
And honestly, the Allman Brothers for me, because they're one of my all-time favorites. Let's see. Bob Seger would have to be in there.
Yes.
You got to do some Seger. Geez, honestly, you're thinking, because, we're doing some 6-packs this weekend and it was like, wow, there's so many to choose from. But then, it's like got a limited number and wow, who do you pick and who don't you pick? Because,
I'll put the Doors in there. That's one that I would go to. A little older, obviously, a little further down the line, but the Doors, Jimi Hendrix.
Bad Company. What about Bad Company?
Ain't from here.
Really? Paul Rogers, no, nope, not gonna work.
Nope.
not all of them anyway. Part of them.
No. ZZ Top, definitely.
Yeah. Springsteen.
I would, but
I'd put Springsteen up there. Jimmy Kelly checking in.
CCR.
Yeah. I mean, you could count them. Certainly, they're ones that, depending on what your preference would be, CCR would be big. I know we've got to be missing somebody. Journey.
Yeah, Journey definitely. The boys from the Bay.
So I don't know, just kind of a thought. If you put together your All-American, I'm going to mute Scott for a second because he's going to go yapping now because he tends to do that on occasion. No, you're muted. I can't hear you.
He's enjoying a 6-pack of Van Halen right now, as a matter of fact. So he may or may not be talking. He may just want to tune us out and, jam on a killer Van Halen tune.
That's true. So Kelly, are you a fireworks person? Do you go and enjoy the fireworks? Do you try to get out and do something?
When I was younger, yes. Now that I'm older and now that I have a dog that just absolutely does not like fireworks and gets freaked out by them, I'm not that much of a fan anymore. I was honestly, I'll be honest with you, really glad to see the rain because it had been so dry. And that's one thing that I always worry about, people shooting fireworks. If it's, really dry ground, then you've got a recipe for disaster there. So I was glad to get the rain, but I usually stay home and, we turn either the music up really loud or the TV really loud. And, I slip her a little CBD treat just to keep her calm. And, we just, we hide under the covers and just pretend like, all those noises aren't out there. So, but no, growing up, I grew up literally with Lake Winnie in my backyard, and I could see the Lake Winnie fireworks from my backyard before the tree got too tall. So, we'd go out and just sit on the patio and, watch the Lake Winnie fireworks. And that was a huge treat. So
Scott, how many pounds of explosives are happening at the Chase household this weekend?
I am okay with fireworks. Both my boys are all about the fireworks. So there's usually something that breaks out, but I don't know that anybody is stocked up yet this year. That doesn't mean anything because there's all evening and all day tomorrow. And it wouldn't surprise me if we went out Sunday. So yeah, there'll be some fireworks, guaranteed. I tell you what, in my neighborhood, I don't believe the fireworks have quit since Memorial Day. What is up with that, man? It's like, yay, every night, which is cool, but with some people, it's probably not cool. And, we've got, you were talking about the dogs a second ago. Tanner's dog, Lizzie's just scared too, man, just scared the bejesus out of her about fireworks and guns and everything. And some dogs are not at all. Julie's brother, Jeffrey, of course, passed on. We've got his dog, Ralph. Dale will be getting that dog, I guess. But he's great, big old whopping hound, big, burly dog, and scared to death of storms. I mean, thunderstorms. And he can hear a thunderstorm coming way before
Yeah.
I would. And he's under, this great big dog is underneath this little bitty coffee table. He's barely get in there. It's kind of crazy, man. He's just storms, just absolutely free. More than fireworks, it's the lightning and thunder for whatever reason. So
yeah, that's tough on the dogs, tough, but also it's one of those things. And it's a handful of years ago that somebody pointed this out to me directly, and they're like, don't forget about, there are often a lot of soldiers that have come back from overseas with PTSD, and that it really has an impact on them and negatively impacting them, of course. So be aware of that. If you've got somebody in your neighborhood, perhaps that might be something to think about.
Yeah. And guys, be smart about it. If you're going to do some fireworks, that's great. Don't keep them going till 3 a.m. I mean, let there be a cutoff at, at least midnight, at the very latest. It's just, you're laying there trying to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden, boom, and it's like, okay, well, we're up again.
Celebrating the 5th. You've stopped celebrating the 4th. You've begun celebrating the 5th. Happy 5th of July.
I think maybe the 5th started earlier in the day, maybe for some.
Yes. Yeah. What was it I heard today? It was like, now that we live in a digital age, please be safe this weekend. So you have all your digits at the end of the weekend. I'm like, well, that's fairly accurate too. Yeah.
Well played. A number of fireworks shows still going on. I know Pops on the River obviously not happening this year, but you mentioned Lake Winnie a second ago, Kelly. They've got their fireworks going on. The Colonnade down in Catoosa. Jasper has a lot of things going on. Dunlap, by the way, our buddy Cody McCarver's on stage tomorrow night up in Jasper with fireworks. So you can check that out, and a number of things on Sunday too. Hales Bar Marina, Ringgold's got a couple of showings. Ducktown, Lookout Valley Patton Center. So there you go. You can stop by and get some fireworks in the new location. Introduce yourself to your new neighbors, and have some
you're going to the meat sale tomorrow, aren't you?
I will be out there. Yes, I will be out at Hamilton Crossing. 20 for 40. Come by and get those steaks. I mean, hey. You got to load up the grill with something this weekend. You got a big cookout, so you got to load things up, bring some people out, and you got all the steaks, the chickens, the seafoods, 20 for 40 out at Hamilton Crossing, Bradley Square, and at Northgate. I know that Brad's out there at, where's Brad today? Brad's at Northgate today, isn't he?
He is. Right now. Yeah. Matter of fact. Yeah, he sure is. Till 6. Sure.
Stop by and see him and grab some steaks and have some fun and grab some Coors Light. And then you got an afternoon or a full weekend right there.
You do. I'll be at Kia Cleveland with John Davis tomorrow, 11 until 1. So that's always a good time. Hang with that dude, sell some Kias, sell some pre-owned. You take a look, man. I look around at the different car lots around town, and many don't have a lot of inventory, but he does. So that'll be good. That'll be a good time tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you out for that one.
And don't forget tomorrow night too. Our buddy Mike Dewar has a big show at his new venue. Excuse me. Arts Avenue, which is over on it's kind of right past Zarzar's on Rossville Avenue off Main Street. Brand new venue that he's opening up, but Paul Childers is going to be on stage tomorrow night, and he's going to be doing the music of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he does it well.
Yeah, he does. He's good, man. And he does Clapton real well too, but this is all about tribute to Stevie Ray tomorrow night. I had Mike Dewar, who's and he's done, man, what a track record that guy has.
Oh.
Clubs go in this town. I had him on the radio earlier today, and he invited me to be the master of ceremonies on stage tomorrow night. So I'll be looking forward to going out, catching some Paul Childers, Stevie Ray Vaughan tomorrow night. So yeah, come on out, do it.
Did you know it was Mike Dewar Day the other day? I walked by, I saw him on Saturday. I think it was Saturday night. I saw him getting out of his car. We down the south side, and he's like, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" He walked up, and he's like, "Good, went into where he was going." He's like, "I thought you were there for the surprise. I got surprised with it being my day, a big proclamation and everything." And
it was his birthday. Yeah.
So I missed the invite to that, but congratulations to Mike on his birthday and the proclamation of Mike Dewar Day.
That's right. Well, the man is responsible for a lot of live music in this town. That is for sure. And I've been going to shows that he has brought in town since probably before I should have been, and that's all I'll say on that subject.
I was with some younger people the other night, and they got talking about, like, what restaurants? Oh, I love the Boathouse, man. The Boathouse. I just love the Boathouse. I said, man, right about where the Boathouse is now, there used to be a club there, and it was called the Sandbar. And they go, really? And they were totally oblivious to any history. I said, man, like Zach Brown band played there. Oh, man, really? Zach Brown played there? I said, yeah. Dave Matthews played there? Yeah.
Hootie.
Yep, Hootie played. Absolutely.
Okay, so what I said, the six pack.
All right, you turned him off. There we go.
Yeah, no, the Sandbar is remains one of my favorite music venues of all time in this town. I mean, it was so cool. I mean, the restaurant was good, the food was good, but man, you got to sit out on that deck under that big old tree, and you had live music there, and it was just magical. It was yeah, we had some good times.
Yeah, it really is one of those places that, especially if you were in this area at that time, you know of. If you weren't there, you at least know the name, the Sandbar, and you've heard the stories of all the bands going through over the years. So
yeah. Hey, speaking of names, we've got a name coming to Ringgold coming up next Saturday night. If you grew up on KZ106 and you listened for any length of time in the 80s, then you will recognize the name Eric Page, the Pager. And so he is actually bringing his band to town, and they're playing down in Ringgold. It's going to be a great show. And this is apparently, I think he's retiring the band name after this show. This will be his last appearance as Eric Page, which of course was a fake name for the radio. But now he's going to go back out under his real name. But this will be the last hurrah, if you will. Our buddy Tom Cavan's playing in the band, so that'll be fun. It's only $5 to get in. If you bring a child with a paid admission, they get in absolutely free. So definitely something to put on the calendar for next weekend. And I can't wait to see how many old KZ rockers show up with pager stories.
That's at the depot, by the way.
He left a trail when he left here. Yeah, there were memories that were made.
Absolutely. Yeah. If we started going through those, he'd never make it to the stage. but yeah, that's going on from 7 until 9 next Saturday. So
it's funny, we've got a studio upgrade coming to the KZ studio soon, so those walls won't be able to speak quite as many memories that they once did, but so they'll have to make some new memories. But I'm sure the walls behind Scott right there probably have a few things to say.
I'm sure. Man, I'm going to get back to the radio, guys. I'm going to leave it to you. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. Live it up. Be careful out there wherever you do. Designated driver. You don't want to do anything silly, but party on definitely this weekend. Have a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Have a good time. Stay safe out there. Scott Kelly, enjoy the weekend. We'll see you back next week.
Happy 4th.
All right.